Tell me something, I said, before I leave.
Speak.
Sigismund. How did he wound you? Abaddon fell silent, the vicious vitality of ambition bleeding away. The black rebreather covered much of his face, and the murk occluded some of his expression. But I believe for the very first time I saw something like shame flicker across my lord's face. How curious.
He wouldn't die,
Abaddon said at last, thoughtful and low.
He just wouldn't die.
I did not need to skim his mind for insight. Just from his tone I knew what had happened. He baited you. You were lost to rage. I saw the muscles of Abaddon's jaw and throat clench as he ground his teeth.
It was over before I knew he had struck me. I couldn't breathe. I felt no pain, but I couldn't breathe. The black sword was buried to the hilt, like the old man had sheathed it inside my chest.
Ezekyle's voice was soft across the speakers, cushioned by the bitterness and fascination of reflection. His words were almost staccato whispers, each one a drop of acid on bare flesh.
The only way to kill me was to welcome his own death, and he did it the moment the chance arose.
We were face to face, like that, with his blade through my body. My armor sparked. It failed. I lashed back. His blood soaked the talon.
He fell.
I remained quiet, letting Abaddon's tale unspool. His eyes were looking through me, not seeing what was, but what had been.
He wasn't dead, Kale. He was on the floor, sprawled like a corpse, disemboweled and torn in two, but he still lived. I was on my knees, forcing my dead lungs to keep breathing, kneeling over him like an apothecary. The black sword was still through me. Our eyes met. He spoke.
I did not ask Abaddon to tell me. I reached into his thoughts then, tentatively at first, in case he rebuffed my presence. Then I closed my eyes and saw. The Black Knight, fallen and ripped apart. His sword brethren gone or dead, I did not know which. Red staining Sigismund's tabard. Red decorating the deck beneath and around him. Red in Abaddon's eyes, misting his sight. Blood. So much blood. Here, at the last, he looked every one of his years, with time's lines cracking his face. He looked upwards at the chamber's ornate ceiling, his eyes lifted as if in reverence to the master of mankind upon his throne of gold. Sigismund's hand trembled, still twitching, seeking his fallen sword.
No,
Abaddon murmured with brotherly gentleness, through the running of his blood and the heaving of his chest.
No, it's over. Sleep now, and the failure you have earned.
The knight's fingertips scraped the hilt of his blade. So very close, yet he lacked the strength to move even that far. His face was the bloodless blue of the newly dead, yet still he breathed.
Sigismund,
Abaddon said, through lips darkened by his own lifeblood.
This claw has killed 2 Primarchs. It wounded the Emperor unto death. I would have spared it the taste of your life as well. If you could only see what I have seen.
As I stared through Abaddon's eyes, I confess I expected the triteness of some knightly oath, or a final murmur in the Emperor's name. Instead, the ruined thing that had been first captain of the Imperial Fists and High Marshal of the Black Templars spoke through a mouthful of blood, committing the last of his life to biting off each word, ensuring he spoke each one in shivering, sanguine clarity.
You will die, as your weakling father died. Soulless, honorless, weeping, ashamed.
Sigismund's last word was also his last breath. It sighed out of his mouth, taking his soul with it. In the apothecarian, I opened my eyes and found I had nothing to say. Words eluded me in the wake of Sigismund's final curse.
Falcus brought Sigismund's body from the Crusader, Abaddon told me. He carried it himself.
Still I said nothing. Whether he desired it as a trophy, to join Tega Staravek as an articulated skeleton crucified above the oculus, or whether he wanted to desecrate Sigismund's corpse to some divine end, I could not guess. Abaddon looked incomparably weary once more, and I took the quiet as my cue to leave. He did not object. "There is something I must do," I said by way of farewell. "One last thread to cut." He did not answer, nor did he watch as I left. He was seeing Sigismund again, dwelling on replies he could never speak to a brother he had once admired, and who had died despising him. I sensed no sorrow from him as I left. I sensed nothing at all, and that hollowness, that emptiness, was somehow worse.